Howdy, Blue Goober is here. Here to talk about this pedal one more time. After owning it a year, it's the anniversary of me owning the Kernam Ridge Overdrive pedal. And my only criticism of the pedal is I'll never want another overdrive pedal. So now whenever the guys on YouTube do their awesome videos showing how great the overdrives are out there, I don't even watch any anymore most of the time. Because I can get almost every overdrive tone I've ever thought I wanted out of this pedal. In fact, I've replaced 12 overdrives on my board here in the studio with this pedal. Now, granted, those are 12 sometimes copies. Like I had two Klon style pedals. One of them was more gainy than the other, and they were cheap. One of them was like $18. I didn't have any real pedals except a real Tube Screamer. The rest of the sounds that I had were Blues Breaker sounds, Klon sounds, Tube Screamer sounds, and a little bit more distorted type things. But in the end, this pedal, I've been able to dial it in so that I can get all those sounds, so I don't need any other pedals. So that, I don't know if that's a negative to you. If you love desiring pedals and you love watching pedal demos and thinking about buying them, then this pedal might not be for you. But if you're actually looking for an actual overdrive that'll get almost every flavor you ever wanted, I think it would deliver for you. And a reminder, this is not a paid advertisement. I bought this pedal. They didn't pay me for it. It surprised me, this thing has, not just that it does good low gain overdrives, like this is a Tube Screamer sound in it, but it's a modded Tube Screamer like the Keeley mod where it has more bass. And it not only can do those nice overdrive sounds, but man, I can get some really good heavy distorted sounds out of it, like single coil here. There's not humbuckers, but you can get some really good heavy gain sounds out of it, or pretty heavy gain sounds. So it's really surprised me. It's been able to do everything I wanted. Right now I have it set up to where I think I have 18 presets. That was a difficult thing in learning MIDI and those things, but once I learned it, I did a video on it. You could go see how, I won't say easy because there is a learning curve there, but how if the instruction's clear and you know how to do it, you can do it. I can add presets or change presets anytime now. And so I've kind of worked my way around it enough, but I really do have the sounds in it I've dialed in. And if back in my gigging days, I used to be a gigging guitar player. Back in those days, I would love to have had this pedal. My goodness, you could just almost, you have 128 presets. If when I was playing there was MIDI capabilities in this pedal, I would have just dialed a sound in for every song, and it would be really useful. Now, those of you who are using, modelers and capture devices, profilers and things like that, you're sort of already used to having a lot of sounds at your fingertips. But this, for me, that's sort of new to me. I still wanted it to be analog, and it is an analog pedal. It's not a digital recreation or a model of pedals. It's an analog pedal, and you can feel it. You can absolutely feel that analog saturation and the clipping, and you can feel it when you're playing it. So let's ask the simple question. Do I recommend this? Well, yes, but you should know what I do with it first before you think about getting it for yourself if you're thinking about it. I play and write music at home, and some of it is eventually, hopefully, for consumption. If you look at my channel, my songs are there. And so I do plan on my songs being heard, but I'm not actually a gigging musician. I'm not a session musician or anything like that. So I didn't need this pedal to do something for me professionally. I got it because I wanted the sounds I wanted at my fingertips, not having to do the tap dancing with my looping pedals and things like that, and it has absolutely delivered on that, so that I can move quickly through presets. That's one of those high gain sounds. So like, for example, my main sound, the Tube Screamer thing, I can go right to a Klon thing. Then I can go to this is sort of a lower gain Rat kind of setting. A Mudhoney is the pedal I'm trying to kind of emulate there from. And then lastly, this is sort of a Zen Drive kind of a clone type thing I'm doing. So those are my four main sounds right there, but I can just toggle through those really easily and move about and get every sound I want all in one pedal in the Ampero Hotone, or however you say it, Ampero controller. So I've really loved that. Now for you, I think you should ask the question, what type of musician are you? Are you a person that buys things and doesn't use them because you don't want to spend a lot of money on this pedal and then not use it, if that's a lot of money to you? Are you the kind of person that thinks that buying something will make you sound like somebody else? Is that your thing? Are you trying to get somebody else's sound? So for me, I'm not trying to sound like somebody else. I don't need to know exactly what Eric Johnson's guitar rig sounds like, or Eddie Van Halen or Stevie Ray Vaughan. I went through those phases. We used to play a lot of Stevie Ray Vaughan covers and things, but now that's not it. Now I'm trying to make my own music and try to get my own sounds. I really don't want to sound like other people. And not that I don't love those people, those are my guitar heroes. It's just that this pedal for me is for me trying to find my own voice, not trying to find somebody else's voice. Of course I recommend that for you. You know, that's where I think the most fulfillment in music is when you are expressing you, the real you. But that doesn't mean you can't get the sounds of your heroes from this pedal. You can get an absolute, like here is a, if I had time, I would hook up my real Ibanez Tube Screamer and play it next to this. How about a bad note for you? If I had my real Tube Screamer, I would put it right next to this and play A, B them for you. And I'm telling you, I've had my family in here, and I've asked them if they can tell the difference, and they can't, and they listen to a lot of guitar like I do. So I can get a real Tube Screamer sound. Why do I need a Tube Screamer? Those are the things I'm trying to accomplish, to get a sound that is me, the guitars I have in the room here, producing music, writing music, recording music. So that's what the Kernum does for me, the Ridge. They now have a fuzz pedal, so I got to stop saying Kernum. The Ridge is the overdrive. If I were to buy another overdrive, it would be because I want to give somebody money. Like I've thought about getting a JHS Morning Glory just so that I can support JHS because I love them. I think that's a great company and those kind of things. So if there was an overdrive pedal out there that would support somebody, I might do that. Look on my channel at the video that's close in time to this one, summer of 24. I did a demo pedal for ZFX Chicken Tremolo, and I want to do that. They didn't pay me for that. I bought that pedal, and that's a good builder, and they were really helpful, so I wanted to have that pedal. And it turns out that when I bought the Kernum Ridge and I had to get it updated, the firmware, all the new ones come with the new firmware, and I had to do those things, they were just so kind. That's why I have this. And so I really do love dealing with the company. And yes, they're in, I believe, in France. That's not American made, you know, I'm supposed to buy American and all that. But no, I want to support good builders and people that have a good work ethic and care about their customers. So I maybe would buy another overdrive, but really I'm not looking for other overdrives. I have yet to find a sound I was looking for or loved or had in my head when I was trying to make a particular sound to record or make music that was not in this pedal. I just found every sound I could want and more. I've invented a couple of sounds. I have an almost fuzz tone in this thing that just, boy, let's see if I can find it here. This thing right, this sound right here. You can see it almost has that Velcro-y thing. And this is not supposed to be a high gain pedal. Man, so already just by playing a little bit there, and I don't get to play a lot because I'm a busy person, I start getting lost immediately in the sounds. And so I guess maybe that's a selling point of a pedal, that when you're playing it and it just makes you want to play, that's a good kind of pedal. I had big plans when I got this pedal to do what a lot of other channels did when they were advertising the pedal, which is do A/B comparisons and shootouts and making it sound like a bunch of other pedals. And I can just tell you, I guess you'll have to take me at my word, or I have no reason to lie to you. I can pretty much get any of the major food group sounds out of this pedal. I can get a rat sound, not a full all the way heavy, distorty, doomy rat sound, but I can get a passable rat sound. I can definitely get lots of tones of Tube Screamer, OD1 or whatever they are, the SD1, the Boss pedal. Even OD1, speaking of that, the Nobles, before I sold my Nobles, I was able to get some of those fuzzier, woolly kind of tones out of it. Not so much like a OD250 or those, I don't play those. Not so much of that crispy stuff. I mean, maybe you could, but I haven't really tried that. But the main flavors, you know, your Blues Breakers, your Tube Screamers, your Klons, you can pretty much get all shades of those with this pedal. Because of that, I don't need to buy another overdrive pedal. At least I don't think so. I haven't been desiring one or felt like I was doing without. So I guess the moral of the story here, is, if there is one, is that I love the pedal. I bought it carefully. I watched the demos carefully. I listened to the people who were doing the demos carefully. Didn't feel like, during that time, I don't want to be critical of anybody, but I didn't feel like at the time they were talking about its potential. Like in my case, what it could have been for someone like me. That I hope this helps you with that. That, man, if you really have a lot of sounds you would love to get out of one pedal that is real analog, it's not a model, it's not a profile, it's not a capture, it is actually its own clipping thing. It's got its own clipping knob in it. It's called the Mood knob, and it's amazing. You can do do amazing things with it. Maybe it's for you. And with a good MIDI pedal and a good MIDI setup, you can kick through all of your presets and do what you want with it, like you can those multi-effects things and all those other kind of pedals. So I personally love it. I mean, I absolutely love it. Not only do I not regret buying it, I am so thankful I found it, because now I've lost the classic gas. I don't look at overdrive pedals anymore. That's a little sad, because it was fun watching all those overdrive videos and then wishing you had all those. I don't do that anymore. I might do that with another kind of thing, or a guitar or something, but not for pedals. So anyway, I just now don't have a lot of time to make demos and things like that. And after a year of having the thing, I wanted you to know, if you were looking at it and paying attention to the other things, that I like it and it works. So here's what I'll do right now. I'll show you just a couple of presets I have so that you can see the spectrum, the variety that you can get with it. So first, this is almost a dry Klon sound. Hear how it's all middly, I mean. Okay, so you can get an almost clean sound. Here's a true tube screamer setting I have on it. P90, so it's a hot pickup, but it's still single coil and cleanish, you know, somewhat transparent. One of my favorite sounds in it is that Zen Drive sort of vibe I have that's sort of supposed to emulate a Dumble. And you can hear it. If you know what to listen for, you can hear it, that there's a singy quality to it, sort of a bellish quality to it. Yeah, and then of course the high gain stuff. I'm not a metal guy, but I'll play a little high gain every once in a while with some stuff like this. Does a lot. And I love it. And to the folks out at Kernum, well done, guys. Can't wait to see what you do next. If you were to do a distortion pedal, I don't even know what I would do. Or a delay pedal. Or a make me play better pedal. If you get one of those, talk to me. Thanks, everybody.